Okay, so this is math lesson 44. So today we are going to talk about making equivalent fractions. So when we make an equivalent fraction, it's really pretty cool. It's really pretty easy. What you're going to do is remember we have been talking about when our numerator and denominator are the same, what does that equal? 1. 100 over 100 is 1. 6 over 6 is 1. 15 over 15 is 1. And remember, when we multiply a number by 1, 10 times 1 equals 1. 100 times 1 equals 1. 5,624 times 1 equals 5,624. So when we make equivalent fractions, we are simply going to multiply one fraction times 1 to make another fraction that equals the same thing. It's almost like when we were reducing fractions and I showed you guys how 2/4 and 1/2 equals the same thing. This is just going about it from another route to going about it, okay? So if we have the fraction 2/3 and I'm told to make an equivalent fraction, and they don't give me a numerator or a denominator to work off of to make an equivalent fraction, I can just pick any one that I want. I'm going to pick 4/4 because that's 1, right? So 2 times 4 equals 8, and 3 times 4 equals 12. So 2/3 equals 8/12. I just made an equivalent fraction. Now sometimes they can say 5/6, they can say make an equivalent fraction, and they might have 15 up over here. So then you're going to have to say, what did they multiply 5 by to get to 15? 5 times 3 is 15, so you would know you have to multiply your denominator by 3 as well. 6 times 3 is 18. So does that make sense? Sometimes they'll just tell you to make an equivalent fraction. Sometimes they will give you either the numerator or denominator, and you have to figure out what they multiplied by to get to that and multiply by the other the same way. Let's do another one where they're giving us a number. Let's say we have 6 20ths, and over here they've given a 40. They've given us the denominator of 40, and they're telling us to make equivalent fractions. 20 times what equals 40? 20 times 2, so 6 times 2 equals 12. We just made equivalent fractions. So it really is very, very easy, and it's cool to do as well. So get your math books and open them to page 79 and 80. Put your name and date at the top, and you may pause the video while you do so. All right, so on page 79, we're going to write an equivalent fraction for each. You can do that however you want because they did not give you either a numerator or a denominator. So for 1/2, you can use 4 over 4. You can use 5 over 5. You can use 100 over 100. You're just making an equivalent fraction by multiplying by 1 in whatever form of the fraction you want, okay? So you can go ahead and pause the video and make your equivalent fractions. And then in section 2, it says check these equivalent fractions by cross multiplication. So this is how cross multiplication will work. So this is kind of fun and cool too. So what is going to work, it says 2/3 equals 4/6. And we're supposed to check it by cross multiplication. So we are going to multiply our 2 and our 6 together and our 3 and our 4 together. So we're going to say 2 times 6 equals 2 times 6 equals 3 times 4. What is 2 times 6? 2 times 6 is 12. What is 3 times 4? 3 times 4 is 12. So, is that true? 12 equals 12? Absolutely. So you put a check beside it. And you have checked the equivalent fractions by cross multiplication. Let's do letter B together. That was 2A. 2B, we have 5/9 equals 10/18. We're going to check by cross multiplication. 9 times 10, 5 times 18. So 9 times 10 equals 5 10 equals 90. I'm going to have to move my 5 over here to multiply. 8 times 5 is 40. Put 0 down, carry the 4. Yep, 1 times 5 is 5, plus 1 is 4, so that will be 90. So 90 equals 90. Check. So that is how you are going to do section 2. For section 3, it says write E for equivalent fractions and N for unequivalent fractions. The unequal sign, this is equal, this is the unequal sign, you put a slash through it, is used to show that two numbers are not equal. So we will do it like this. So looking at 3A. At 3A we have 4, 6, and 6, 8. So they want to know if these are equivalent. So we're going to cross multiply. 4 times 8 equals 6 times 6. I said 4 times 8 and wrote a 3. Did y'all see that? So 4 times 8 is 32 equals, what is 6 times 6? 36. Does that equal? No, it does not. So on the line, you will write an N for not equal, and then you can put a slash through the equal sign and say not. That does not equal. Look at letter B. We have 3 sevenths and 6 14ths. We can cross multiply. 7 times 6 equals 14 times 3. 7 times 6 is 42 equals 14 times 3. 4 times 3 is 12. Put 2 down, carry the 1. 1 times 3 is 3 plus 1 is 4. Does 42 equal 42? It does. So on the line, you will put an E for equals. Alright, then look at section 4. Write the number that makes the fractions equivalent. So we have 3/4. Now this is what I was showing you. They're going to give us a number to work off of. 3/4 equals blank 12. 4 times what equals 12? 3, and 3 times 3 equals 9. Bam, we made an equivalent fraction just that quickly. Look at 5A. At 5A, we're going to do a little bit of addition together here. So for 5A, we have 5, and I think it says 3/8. 5 and 3/8 plus 4 and 3/8 plus 2 and 3/8. So our denominator is 8. We're just going to write that down. Add our numerators. 3 plus 3 is 6, plus 3 is 9. Add our whole numbers. 5 plus 4 is 9, plus 2 is 11. 11 and 9/8. We have to turn that 9/8 into a whole or mixed number. 8 will go into 9 one time. 1 times 8 is 8. 9 minus 8 is 1. So it'd be 1 and 1/9. We got to put our two whole numbers together. 11 and 1 equals 12. And our fraction is 1/9. So our answer is 12 and 1/9. Okay? That should be 8, guys, not 9. I'm sorry. 1 and 1/8, not 9. Because our denominator would be the same as what it is in the improper fraction. Sorry, guys. 1 times 8 is 8, plus 1 is 9, 9/8. Okay? Look at, in our fractions, look at letter C. So we have 3 and 3/4 plus 6 and 3/4. So we bring down our whole number, 4. Our numerator is 3 plus 3 is 6. We add our whole numbers, 3 and 6 is 9. 6/4 has to be turned into a whole or mixed number. 4 will go into 6 one time. 1 times 4 is 4. 6 minus 4 is 2, so it's 1 and 2/4 is our improper, or is our mixed number, 1 and 2/4. We put our two whole numbers together and we have 10 and 2/4, but then we say, whoa, wait a minute, our 2/4 can be reduced. Can we count by 2s and get to 4? We can, 2, 4. So we're going to divide our numerator and denominator by 2. So we bring our whole number over. 2 divided by 2 is 1, and 4 divided by 2 is 2. So our answer is 10 and 1/2. Okay? All Alrighty, so you are going to go ahead and complete pages 79 and complete all of it, all of page 79, and then turn to the back side, page 80. On page 80, I want you to complete section 7. I want you to complete section 8, letter A, section 9, letter A. I want you to complete all of section 10. And I want you to, on section 11, I want you to do the first column, A, F, and K. I want you to do the third column, C, H, and M, and do the fourth column, E, J, and O. Okay, so on the back side, on page 80, do all of section 7, 2 measurement problems. Do 8A, do 9A, do all of section 10, and do 11, on section 11, do the first column going down, the third column going down, and the fifth column going down. Okay? And complete all of page 79.